All right, and let's talk about the world in which we live. We have opened ourselves up to greater technologies, greater capabilities. A lot of those aspects involved additional hardware, additional things. Maybe we want to be more physically secure, so we put cameras on the doors. These kind of things are necessary and important, but we also have to understand the underlying risk. I do know of a sheriff in one of the counties who shall remain nameless so that we don't blame the wrong one, or maybe blameless. The point is, in that case, they installed a camera on their back door that the sheriff bought off of eBay in order to save the county money, right? Good intention. However, they plugged it into the heart of the 911 network because that was the only nearby network, and it joined the Mirai botnet and attacked 3,500 IP addresses. Long story short, we have to understand the risk. When the sheriff told his IT team that he was going to buy a camera off of eBay, they said, don't do it. He didn't listen because to him, the risk of saving the $20 wasn't as apparent. He didn't understand that it would, because he never would have done it. Not in a heartbeat would he have done it if he had understand that it was going to join the Mirai botnet, right? Because that was worse than not being able to see the back door. He did not do that on purpose. But the point is, as we incorporate new things, as we look at new technologies, as we've included smart refrigerators and AC control systems, and even smart ups, we've seen the ups, the power supplies, be attacked because they're smart. They know about their status. Well, it also gave you the ability to control them remotely. So guess what? The bad guys found a way in. So we really want to understand these things. We have to look at all this as a bigger picture thing. And that's really why we were bringing this in, is that the growth of it continues at 18% to 14.4 billion devices and 27 billion by 2025. If anybody knows, the current population of the planet is around 7 billion people. So if you look at this statistic and say, well, there's 2 devices for every person currently, and soon there's going to be 3. And I've heard that number be as much as 10 devices per person. So it's a tremendous amount of things that we're adding to our networks. So being aware, absolutely required. And as we add additional capabilities and allow the workers to bring our phones in and plug them into the network, those kind of things have to be adjusted and make sure they're secure.
It's not just the technology that's a danger. It's people. And we all do it. I am sitting here with a phone in my pocket, which is connected to Secular's Wi-Fi network.
What?
Everyone has that. Indeed, it's often an important part of work to be able to use your phone, whether that's for directions or for looking things up while you're on the phone, et cetera. So it's not just the Internet of Things. You also have to consider how you're providing that service to the people who work there, because more and more they're going to be connected somehow or another to your network. And even if you keep it on a separate network. Now, just so you know, one of the things we do here at Secular is that our Wi-Fi network is completely separated from our internal network. I cannot get from there, and I'm pretty good at getting where I'm not supposed to. Even so, I cannot get from my phone to our network. That's by design. You have to keep these things separate. For those of you who are already well segmented, we've always had admin networks. It's time to move to having an IoT network as well for your Nest, for your setting your temperature,
for your cameras,
the cameras, etc.
Printers,
yep, right, would actually be a good idea to have as a separate VLAN